Born and raised in the motherland, chasing a better life. Story of an immigrant.
Concrete pastures.
Concrete pastures.
Like, we are really passionate about what we do, and we just love every second of just being on set, writing scripts. Like, we're always writing scripts and we're laughing hard because we're just so like in tune with the script. Like, we're living our lives through that script.
That creative side, like Dre was explaining earlier, we saw from each other immediately, and so it kind of got us closer. And then Dre initially had the idea of, like, you know, the Awfully Good Productions as a whole, and, you know, kind of like writing a show and this and that. The technical aspect, oh, it was just wonderful. It caused a lot of friction. Like, there was a lot of times we had like disagreements, or like, you know, I thought this or he thought that, but that's what good partnership is about. Like, it's not about disagreeing, it's about how you communicate, and honestly the compromise that you make. I feel like starting how we did, it really kind of strengthened us and molded us, and it really put us in a position to, one, appreciate the resources that we do get. Every resource that we get, we are so thankful. And then two, also just help us grow as producers, as directors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Welcome back to Concrete Pastures. I'm Nancy Mlemwasisi. Today's episode is exciting. I have first generation. And it's first, I have two people today that I'm interviewing. I'm so grateful that they were able to make time. And they've been so patient. We've been postponing, rescheduling. And I'm so grateful that they were able to join. I'm excited on what they are doing in the space of diaspora and the work that they are doing. I'm really, really excited for you guys to hear more about it. So let's meet our guest. Our first guest, Dexter. Welcome to Concrete Pastures Podcast. I'm excited for this episode, guys. It's all about storytelling, and I'm so passionate about storytelling. So he's a full-timer, actually both of them. They're full-time engineers with a lifelong, this is for Dexter actually, a lifelong passion of media and film inspired by his mother, a talented Nollywood actress and producer. Her journey into the world of storytelling ignited her son's curiosity, leading him to create a production company that has brought his vision to life. And then Andre, also a full-time engineer, but his heart has always been in film. Andrew's adventure took him to Austin, Texas, where he studied at the Austin Film Society. That year, equipped him with the technical skills and creative insights to turn into ideas into reality. Together, they have launched a production called Awfully Good Productions, which I've seen, guys. I can't wait for you guys to see the space where uniquely backgrounds and shared love of storytelling come together. They explore the authentic narratives and that bring fresh concepts to the screen. Today, we're diving into the world of film for them, and I can't wait to hear their journey and their passion for storytelling. Welcome, guys. That was a mouthful.
Thank you for having us. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be here.
Same.
Oh my goodness. So for starters, I'll start with Dexter. Can you share a bit about your childhood, how your mother's career in Nollywood influenced your passion for storytelling?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as you said it so beautifully earlier, so growing up as a child, my mother, she was a Nollywood actress and also a producer. So a lot of times seeing her travel to Nigeria, going with her sometimes, and just seeing her script writing, putting all the things to the screen, seeing all the dedication and hard work it took, like, it definitely opened my eyes. And, you know, I was introduced to media pretty early. My mom, her personality is very like outgoing, similar to me. That's where I get it from. So just seeing all her talents and her love for media and filmmaking, it definitely sparked something in me. And I've always just had that little niche as well for her, you know, kind of being by her side while she does that. And it really just kind of sparked from there. And ever since then, like, I've always myself like enjoyed media, enjoyed being in front of the camera, showing my personality, unique personality. And from then, growing up to fast forwarding till now, like meeting with DeAndre and both kind of sharing our passions, we were able to kind of put my talents and my desires and my interests into Awfully Good Productions along Andre. So yeah, that was kind of just a high level of what it started, just as a child, being exposed to it earlier and really figuring out like, okay, I genuinely enjoy media too. This is really fun. This is really cool. And it's something that I kind of wanted to pursue. And so here we are.
Very nice. Well said. So Andre, what inspired you to move to Austin and study film at the Austin Society? And then, what are some of your key takeaways from that experience?
Yeah, so the thing that inspired me to move to Austin was one, of course, film, and another one was tech. So I'm in both particular industries at this particular moment, and moving down to Austin was a good glue or kind of like a sandwich between the two. So
Mm,
I was able to take classes at the Austin Film Society, ranging from lighting, cinematography, editing, you name it, everything about film. So I made it a pact. Like moving to Austin, I want to learn as much as I can about film because Austin is the film hub of Texas. So I decided to just skill up on all those things, and I was able to take that information. And when I moved back to Dallas, take that information and start Awfully Good Productions with Dexter. So that was really amazing. But yeah, the takeaways are. I just learned a lot. I learned a lot, and the experience that I got was priceless in Austin. So that was a good year of my life and a life-changing year, honestly, that allowed me to just not stray away, but kind of start to venture off from tech and into the entertainment world. So that's
did
what I
you
take.
guys meet in school?
Yes, yes. So we both went to the University of Oklahoma.
Ah, and then you kept in touch when you moved.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm born and raised in Dallas, and Dexter's from Oklahoma. So we met in Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma, and I was actually one of Dexter's mentors.
Mhm.
So whenever I graduated, I moved back to Dallas, and then Dexter graduated and moved back to moved to Dallas. So yeah, we decided to we always kept in touch whenever he was still in school and I was in Dallas, but we decided to finally make this film thing happen last year.
Absolutely.
So why both? And I mean, I engineering and then film. Is this the engineering to please parents? Because I know you have African parents, and then you want to do what you love. Come on, I know. And then
Yeah,
you're like, the caveat, I want to do what I love. What I really, really want to do is film, but I'll, impress you with engineering. Is that what it was?
you know, honestly, you really could say that. You really could say that because growing up first generation, everybody out there who's first generation knows we have three options: engineer, lawyer, doctor. And it comes from a good place. Our parents, they just want us to be, comfortable,
For
be successful.
sure.
And honestly, like engineering, I know I can speak for myself as well as Andre. It was a passion for us. Like, we knew we wanted to get a good job, be in a position to where, we're blessed and we can make good money and take care of our family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So obviously that was in the forefront because we know how important education is and having a stable job and all those things are. But also I feel like once we finally got out of school to where the pressure to obtain the degree, to obtain the job like was released, once you have your job, you have those hours after your job or those hours before your job to where you can, okay, now let me try and pursue the things that I actually want outside of work. Because then I feel like a lot of times growing up, especially when you're in college, like the only thing on your mind is education. I have to get a job. I have to get this degree. I have to, I have to, I have to. Now we transition to where you have the job. You're like, okay, now I can, instead of I have to I can. So we just had that time to really pursue our passions outside of work. And here we are. Honestly, like it was good, it was fun, and now like I feel like we are able to be in a position where we can balance the two, where we have our corporate jobs as well as our fun, our other interests, and we can honestly mix the two. Like they go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And I think creativity is what has driven innovation throughout
Mm.
the since the beginning of time, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like society, especially with our culture, African culture, Nigerian culture, as more specifically, we're super suppressed creatively, like
Hmm.
creatively. So we're always focused on, lawyer, doctor, engineer. We're so good with numbers, math, science, and that, but some of us have, and a lot of us have really like strong creative brains where we have just so many ideas and so many things that we can do. Like you can see a lot of the entertainers nowadays are Nigerian movie stars, musicians, um, just everybody, just most of them have Nigerian descent or are, associated with Nigerian or African. So being able to finally be able to let our creativity out after obtaining this degree and of course paying bills, of course, but letting this creativity out it's just amazing because like we are really passionate about what we do
Mm.
and we just love every second of just being on set, writing scripts. Like we're always writing scripts and we're laughing hard because we're just so like in tune with the script. Like we're living our lives through that script. So I think, yeah, just being able to show our creativity was a big thing with starting this company.
Well said.
Listen, you're speaking to all of us parents. I love that you mentioned the creativity space. I learned to embrace it because I've always been I've always been drawn to media.
Hmm.
And back home, it's school. And again, like you guys mentioned, it comes from a good place.
Hmm.
And now that I'm in the diaspora in New York, I'm able to embrace it for my daughter because she also has the same bag as me of being in the media. My son, I'm able to embrace that, and I think parents are becoming more open, even those that are back home, like in Africa, because
Hmm.
it's a whole Africa. It's not only Nigeria where they want you to be successful and successful. What success looks like is being a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, engineer,
Yes.
and all of those
Mhm.
amazing titles. They are amazing, but not everybody is meant for that level of education. We can go for education for, media now, like uh, people are going to broadcasting, people are going to acting school. So now it's becoming more accepted slowly but sure. We still have to get a lot of buy-in for a lot of parents. Parents, I hope we are hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still gotta get that buy-in from a lot of parents because, old school and old habits.
Mhm.
Engineering pays the bills.
Yes. Yes.
So what finally sealed, because you guys went to school for engineering, and then one day you just wake up and you go like, okay, let's make this series. And guys, the series that we're talking about is Green Card. And I'm sure it rings a bell for everybody who lives in the US of A. So what activated this?
Yeah. So it's actually funny because in college, whenever I met Dre, like we immediately got close. We got super close. We were always knit tight. Like if I had questions, like he said, he was one of my mentors in college. So me and Dre would hang out with each other all the time. We would crack jokes, do this, do that, just explore college. And a lot of times we would be making silly videos. I know myself, I would always make silly videos or that like side of us we always showed up with each other on the day-to-day basis, like watching different movies. You know how many times we went and rewatched Osafio Goes to London or anything like that, just cracking up, seeing just a bunch of things. But so that creative side, like Dre was explaining earlier, we saw from each other immediately. And so it kind of got us closer. And then Dre initially had the idea of like, the Awfully Good Productions as a whole, and kind of like writing a show and this and that. And once he kind of pitched that idea to me, then I was like, okay. Then I got on board with him as well, and we kind of just built it from there. So it's really just like being close with each other, just being authentic with each other, seeing each other like personal side, the authentic side, the humorous side, and really just kind of starting that initial spark of we should do XYZ. And then finally, once we graduated and got our degrees, actually taking it and running with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And there wouldn't be an Awfully Good Productions without Dexter. Like I had the idea and I had, like the the structure, but Dexter put it on a rocket and sent it to the moon. You know, like that was what I needed because I had the idea and, I was like, okay, I want to do this, 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 this. And then just sitting down with Dexter, we kind of just threw ideas at each other and then created this production company of what this, like, what we wanted to do with this production company and then what we wanted to do with Green Card as well. So the partnership was just like a match made in heaven.
Very nice. So how do you balance the technical aspects of film production and the creative part of storytelling?
Mm. Yeah. So the technical aspect was it was challenging because coming from a childhood and a background where I've never touched a camera before was crazy. So I
Oh,
only
wow.
training from, the Austin Film Society. So just remembering what they taught me and going back through my notes of how to direct. He hired a DP, so the director of photography, so he was able to use the camera to shoot. But you also have to learn. You also have to know about lighting and framing and composition. Yeah, actually, you have to know these things even though you have a DP. So it was difficult. We had some long shoot dates. So we were like 12 hours minimum of being on set. And but we got through it. Like that was what we needed to like go through to learn the technical part. And then the storytelling part just came with honestly with the technical part. Um like we knew what we knew the story that we wanted to tell. And me and Dexter, we had the vision. So Dexter was really good at keeping me on track on like the actual vision of what we wanted to see. Sometimes I would, like it's a long day, so I wanted to get over with the shooting. Like, okay, like let's take that shot, let's go. And Dexter's the kind of person that will reel you back, and he's like, no, let's do it again. We want this particular look for the shot, and this is what we want to portray, and this is like the continuity. Me like um he kept me honest to the continuity. Like, okay, this needs to come before here. His jacket wasn't on the couch before, so we need to take that off so it won't be like a random jacket in the shot after this shot. So like he was really good at keeping me honest and I was really good at just figuring out, okay, turn the aperture for this camera up to uh F two down two stops, or we need to increase the ISO for this or the ISO for this particular shot because the sun is blowing. The sun is coming in kind of harsh, so we need to increase the ISO. So like that kind of technical stuff I was really good at, and Dexter was really good at the storytelling as well.
Yeah, definitely. All I can say is when Dre went to Austin, he learned a lot of things, a lot of technical things when he went to that film place in Austin, because he came back and was shooting out terms. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I know I want it to look like this. But no, like learning from Dre, it was awesome because, like Dre was kind of saying, we really, really, really balanced each other out. And I really realized that when it came to shooting, because it's one thing to write a script with someone and say, oh, this is what we want it to look like. But when you have the actors there, the actresses there, the DP there, the sound person, like, oh man, it takes a whole nother level of communication and trust. The biggest thing is trust as well too. Like I have to trust that what Dre wants to do is XYZ and vice versa. And kind of how he said there was times that I'm like, Dre, let's make it look like this. But he's like, no, we can't because the sound is yada, 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 or the lighting is specifically this. And there was times that Dre was just like, all right, cool, that's good. I'm like, no, like I'm very detail oriented. So like he was bringing a lot of the technical side and enhancing my technical side. And I was bringing out like, the imaginative side, the very detail oriented side. Like I have a very vivid mind. So like I know what it's supposed to look like and what it needs to look like. And so kind of balancing that out with my technical as well as Dre's expertise and the technical aspect, oh, it was just wonderful. It caused a lot of friction. Like there was a lot of times we had like disagreements or like, I thought this or he thought that, but that's what good partnership is about. Like, it's not about disagreeing, it's about how you communicate and honestly the compromise that you make. And really that's what made the Green Card pilot episode so successful to us. Like we built that trust, and it was honestly the relationship we had way back to 2018 when we first met each other, and just building on that friendship, building on that brotherhood and strengthening it. And so I'm able to lean on him and he's able to lean on me. And so really that's what got us here. And so I'm just forever thankful.
That's amazing. You know, the power of teamwork, because your friendship will get tested in when it
Mhm.
comes to teamwork and working on an important project that you're both passionate about. Um, your your friendship will be tested when it comes to that. So kudos to you guys, like for sticking it through and also having that respect. It's like this is work. We don't have to take things personal,
Yes.
and this we have the same goal and understanding that you guys have the same goal, and you know the vision. Everybody has their own input, so
Mhm.
that's amazing. I love that. I really do. I know you've mentioned some of the challenges.
Mhm.
What are some of the challenges that you want to add to this? You faced through. I see Dexter's nodding his head. It's just like that. It's just too many to mention. Because I mean,
Mhm.
aside from financing, because whether you're filming 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, however lengthy you want your
Mhm.
film to be, it costs
Mhm.
a lot of time. Aside from just money, it's a
Mhm.
lot of time. And what are some of the challenges that you guys have been able to face and that you could share with people that are experiencing the same?
Yeah. I would say the biggest one probably for us was lack of resources. Like Dre said, Austin is really the film hub in Texas. So in Dallas is kind of not really a thing. So like it's a small team of us. Like it was like 3, 4 of us, you know. So I would say that. So we're having to wear multiple hats on a daily, when especially when we're shooting. Like there's
Mm,
times Dre was holding the sound bar, trying to direct and this, and his arms are shaking, and I'm over here trying to make sure the sound is good, doing the slate and trying to direct as well. So like really just the lack of resources and having to kind of just wear multiple hats and sacrifice that to make sure that the shot comes out good. I'd say was the biggest thing. Like a lot of times, like companies have big teams who are doing specific things, but we're literally having to, kind of do everything ourselves, which really just it takes a lot of time. So kind of how Jay was saying, those 12-hour shoot days, like one scene taking so many shoots. There was one scene we took like 50 tries, just because the smallest detail was off, and so, but it was okay. Because I feel like with that, we were able to go through that adversity and learn. And as our team gets bigger, it just makes it easier and easier for us. But I feel like starting how we did, it really kind of strengthened us and molded us. And it really put us in a position to, one, appreciate the resources that we do get. Every resource that we get, we are so thankful. And then two, also just help us grow as producers, as directors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, to make awfully good productions into where it is and where it's going.
Yeah. And what I'll throw in there is leverage your community.
Yes.
I think filmmaking starting to get back to what it was in the 90s, where you can make a film for a minimal amount of money. Because if you leverage your community, so whoever you have around you, your mother, your friends, your cousin, uncle, sister, leverage them to create your film or create your show. Because Hollywood's not going to save you, not
Mhm.
anymore. There's no money in Hollywood anymore. There, people are starting to move out of Hollywood and create their projects in other places. So we're trying to make Dallas that particular spot. I'm in Atlanta right now, visiting, but Atlanta is that Black Hollywood of Dallas, and our community and our support has just been overwhelming. So leverage your community.
Mhm.
No, I love that. I can feel your pain, guys. Whenever I have to listen, media is no joke. Like when people see things on the screen, the amount of time that has been put in, whether it's 2 minutes, it's like even the time I just have to record a
Mhm.
small piece of like ad or something, I have to
Mhm.
do like 100 takes. And so I can imagine what you guys go through. It's just like, oh God, I want to change this, the lighting, the this. And I I went to school. I took one class of filming, which was it tackled everything, which is lighting and how to position certain things. And when at the time when I was taking the class, I was just like, oh, it's one of my core requirements, whatever. But I didn't know how it would come in handy when I'm doing the show.
Mhm.
Um, so, oh my God, I kudos to you guys. I give you so much respect um, for that. What do your parents think about the show, The Green Card?
Mhm. Yeah, I'd say for me, no surprise here. My mom is so supportive. She's so excited. So she loves it. My dad, he loves it as well. You know, I feel like the biggest thing, regardless of like, you know, how it turns out XYZ, I think that they really just love, especially my mother, loves seeing me embrace my unique creative side. Like growing up, my mom has always been like the one who's telling me, you know, if you like something, if you enjoy something, pursue it. You know, like life is short. Life really is short, and so like obviously handle your business, but you know, enjoy the things you know that you enjoy doing, and like pursue it. So like they've been fully supportive. They love it, and they've just been like a great foundation for me whenever it comes to this. They've been really just pushing me and you know uplifting me in this whole process.
Yeah, and my parents same thing. So they didn't understand at first, you know, like when I was shooting it, they didn't understand what I was doing. They were like, "What are you like? Why do you have all that film equipment?" And don't worry, whenever it comes out, I'll let you know because they're the kind of people that need to see the result, not the process.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I was able to show them the episodes, and they were laughing, and they actually were enjoying it. They gave me tips on the next episodes or what they wanted to see and like what to do for the next episodes. And I was like, okay, let's do that. So no, they're really supportive and yeah, I really appreciated their support as well.
No, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful because I mean, sometimes when we do something and our family members are not full, especially our parents, they're not full support, it takes away from what you're doing. And you know, you obviously wanna impress your parents as much as you are enjoying it. You wanna, you know, get them into that because the success at the end of the day, you want to celebrate with your family, especially your parents. I love what you guys are doing. Um, how many episodes do you guys have so far?
So
So
right now, yeah, go ahead, Dre.
okay, we have two, but we are currently in the process of shooting two more right now. So we're gonna release them in pairs. So we're in pre-production for the next two episodes, but we plan on shooting those very soon.
So how are you managing this? Because you're saying when you're shooting, it's 12 hours. How are you managing engineering and then filming?
Sacrifice, honestly, sacrifice, whether it be sacrifice sleep, whether it be sacrifice weekends, our time after work, our time before work. I feel like that's the biggest way. Like, and we know it's gonna be hard starting off because, and hopefully we're saying 12 hours, hopefully with more resources, with more knowledge, with more practice, it's not 12 hours. But if it is, then and then we'll handle that. But it's really just really organizing ourselves and really just sacrificing because at the end of the day, if we don't do it, it's just not going to get done. And one thing that we both told each other, one thing that we both like, you know, promised each other is like, man, we're not going to let this just die. We're not just going to let it fall out. Like, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it is, like, we're still going to keep going. So I'd say the biggest thing is organization, sacrifice, and leaning on each other. There's some days that I'm super busy with work, and Dre is able to, whether it reach out to certain people, do more of the script writing, and vice versa. If Dre's traveling
Mm.
or Dre's working, then I'm able to pick up the slack more. And you know, it's just kind of just a partnership. And I feel like that's what has made it so successful. Is like we know when the other person is at full capacity, if whenever they don't have any other bandwidth, and like you know, the love and the respect we have for each other, we're gonna pick each other up. If I have to do 80, 90, 100% today, so be it. And vice versa. If Dre has to do 100% the next day, he will. Like, it's just really finding that balance and finding each other's rhythm.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I agree. It just takes a certain amount of grit to get to the final finish line. So
Mhm.
like we shot our episodes in January of this year, of
Oh,
2025.
wow.
And we released the episodes in August. So 7 months of holding on to these episodes, editing it, and just going through rounds of feedback and tweaking things. It was a lot.
So
Um,
wait, you guys do all the editing? You do everything?
Yeah, so I edited it
Mhm.
because we didn't have enough funds to just like get an editor and get
Yeah.
all these different things. So yeah, I had to learn how to edit. So it took some time.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what happened. It just takes
How
a certain.
about you guys, I mean, you're connected to Nigeria. How about using giving some jobs to Nigeria, maybe?
I'm
And and
open.
and we're open to that, and that's like our plan going forward too. Like, we want to definitely like reach out and use all the resources we have. So yeah, definitely going to do that going forward.
Yeah, because that takes away, and then you can have more creativity and more creative time actually
Hmm.
to write more scripts. Because I can't imagine. I mean, when I first started this, I had to learn everything from recording, editing. This was my plan was to do everything, one man show. But then I know, and Faye's like, So my plan was to do everything, but then I realized how difficult it was being a full-time employee and then a mother and then having full-time podcasts. So I'm like, when I got to my first episode, second episode, and I'm trying to edit them, the frustration just came in so bad. The time that I was consuming so much coffee that I've ever done in my life. I would stay 2, 3 in the morning, and then the next day I gotta go to work. And I'm like, this is not going to work well. And thank God, God had sent me certain people doing this process. And that's why I'm trying to to share the same information that it saved me so much time. It got me to just okay, feeling a little bit of peace. But it doesn't take away from you guys because you're going to be directing who is what you want edited out. So
Hmm.
it worked out for me in that way because oh my God, it's so much work. I just hearing that you edit, like, oh my God.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh my God. So what advice would you give to um creatives out there that are looking to get into film? You guys are doing it on your own, with no sponsorship. You guys are, I'm assuming you are financing everything yourselves. Um, what advice do you have for someone who's looking like they have already a story. This is the story I want to put out there. What advice do you have?
Um, so my advice is there's always going to be a way. So even if you don't have finances, somebody, somebody that can help you shoot. Or even if you have to do it yourself, you have to do it yourself, like it's just gonna take longer if you don't have the finances. But if you really want to tell your story, you really want to put your story out there because honestly, whenever we all go, we're all in the dirt, but what is going to be left behind when you're gone? And Green Card has our name on it. And people will always know Andre Ajayi as long as YouTube is up there. And Dexter Onyekuru, awfully good productions, no matter what happens, honestly. So, like, what do you want to leave behind into the world? And there's always going to be a way to leave that mark behind. So you just got to find the way, honestly. So,
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and just piggybacking off of what Andre said, I would say a couple of things. One, stay rooted. Definitely stay rooted. I know for us, big thing for me is just staying rooted in Christ. Because there's gonna be days like is if there's a higher percentage than 100%, I would say there's gonna be days that you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna want to quit, you're gonna want to just rip up the papers and throw it away. But that's when you
Mhm.
have to lean back on your foundation, lean on your community, lean on your community, lean on your community. I can't stress that enough. And then also have a plan. Like it's just one thing to just say, oh, I want to do XYZ. But no, actually like map it out. Even if the map is small, start off small. Like, okay, if I'm just recording a 1 minute video on my phone and then building from there, and then
Mhm.
jumping into the space, just have some sort of plan of action that you want to start. And then really just lean on your community for resources. for advice, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Humble yourselves. You have to humble yourselves in a space like this. Like, nobody's perfect. I'm learning from Dre every day. I'm learning from other people every day, and vice versa. Like, really humble yourselves. And I feel like, honestly, and lastly, just like pursue your passion. Like Dre was saying, like, if you want to do it, you can do it. Think about all the things that we've overcome in life, in our whatever ages we all are out there, or those who are pursuing out there. Think about even the smallest adversity you've overcome. You still overcame it. If when there is a will, there's a way. So just really stay rooted, lean on your community, and pursue, and keep the endurance up, and just really just believe in yourself, because there's going to be times that it looks crazy to folks outside, but that's okay because they're outside. Just stay rooted on those who are inside.
Stay rooted. Love it. I love it. So you guys have engineering background. How does that work with awfully good production? Like how does that marry together?
And I'd say one big thing with engineering that we learned in college is collaboration and critical thinking. It's not like we're performing heat transfer while we're shooting sets, or we're performing design and thermal, like all those engineering classes, but the critical thinking that you develop as you're obtaining your engineering degree, and that you practice on the day-to-day in your jobs, and the collaboration. What engineering is collaboration. So I feel like, and organization. So I feel like all of those go hand in hand when we're shooting, film writing, table reads, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, planning. So I feel like those kind of honestly like perfectly match each other. And discipline from engineering, and discipline from our parents as well, obviously. So I'd say those are like the biggest things for me when it comes to engineering, that really kind of really match well in the film aspect.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and same, pretty much same. I feel like the technology coming from like that engineering tech background helps with film. So I mean, as you can, a lot of filmmakers came from the tech like industry. Some of them came from the tech industry. So like
Mm.
Paranormal Activity, that was his first film, but he was like a software engineer and he created that movie and he was a big success. So having those skills like critical thinking, project management, being able to manage budgets and financials, that's all in filmmaking. So I think they're really, they're kind of they're cut from the same cloth, film and engineering. So yeah, that's what I think.
Nice, very nice. So what are we looking for in the future? What is your audience for this show as well? Green card. Our audience for Concrete Pastures is all over the world. We are in so many different countries. Um, who is the audience for your show?
Dre, you can go ahead.
Audience is anyone or anybody that knows somebody or has been that knows about the green card process. So everyone in America, you don't have to be African, you don't have to be Black. Anyone that just resonates with that particular process, which is everybody in America, because of all the stuff that's going on with the current administration and the deportations and ICE, that's our audience, and not just America, worldwide.
Yep, I just want to piggyback that worldwide. Like Dre said, that audience, and then honestly, audience, if you just like to laugh, if you enjoy humor, come on, Awfully Good Productions has you. We're both two people who I feel like humor makes the world go around. Dre same. So if you want to just get a good laugh, watch a good series, be invested, come on down.
Listen, the show is funny. I've seen the 2 episodes that are out, and we'll definitely have the link in the show notes once the episode is out. I cannot wait for people to see what your work is about. Definitely. I mean, the green card is, I think everybody knows around the world what green card is. So it's a really good title, which I love. Like when we spoke and you're like green card, I'm like, that's perfect. because everybody's going to be curious to understand what you guys are doing, what the show is about. So what are the future plans? What are you guys looking forward to doing aside from producing, I guess, more episodes?
Yeah, we plan on producing these next 2 episodes in the current future, but we plan on making Green Card actual like continuous series. So just introducing more characters, having different storylines happen, but not just focusing just on Green Card, the show. We plan on creating new series
Gotcha.
under productions. The series can range from not just African centric audiences, but it can range from probably we want to do reality, we want to do. Um, I want to shoot a musical one day, in the near future, one day,
Nice.
but reality, you want to do another sitcom, or we want to do just different things. So that's what we want to do with Awfully Good Productions. Now let Dexter talk a little bit more.
Yeah, no, Dre said it perfectly. The biggest thing is we want Awfully Good Productions to be the umbrella for different types of shows. We want to show our versatility because Dre and I, coming from the engineering background, first generation, we are both versatile. We've had to adapt our whole lives with different situations we're in. So like really just showing our versatility, creativity, all of that. So I feel like with Awfully Good Productions, you can expect different genres, you can expect different types of shows, and that's our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to be the production company that produces a lot of funny, sad, dramatic action, whatever it is, and that's our goal. Yeah.
Are you looking to collaborate with African producers in the future as well?
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely open to it.
Definitely.
And them already.
Very nice. I mean, any future productions in Nigeria, since you're both Nigerians? Because that's like the capital of filming now in Africa.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. I think Nigeria will be the most logical spot after America, and it's more cost effective to shoot in Nigeria, and we're
Mhm.
giving jobs to Nigerians as well. So I think that's what we would definitely want to do.
Yeah. And like Dre said, like giving jobs and uplifting our community. I feel like that's one big thing about Awfully Good Productions that we pride ourselves on is not just coming up ourselves, but coming up with those around us who started with us and those who are just still wanting to showcase. Like one thing about all the actors and actresses on our episodes, they're all up and coming themselves as well. Some of them have been in like, different episodes here and there, but we just really want to have the platform for people to showcase their talents, to show their creative side. Because like we all said, talked earlier, like creativity, the media, everything like that, that's the new wave. And like, we just want to give people the opportunity to express their God-given talents. So yeah, we'll be looking for people in Nigeria, people around the world who are wanting to like, partake in this and, kind of display their gifts. So yeah.
How can the audience support you?
So one biggest thing is to like, subscribe, share. Obviously, those are our biggest things. Like those support means a lot to us. As well, follow our different social media pages at Awfully Good Productions, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Really that, and then we also have like different ways if you want to contribute, whether that's financially, if you have ideas, or if you want to just different advice type of things for us. Like we are open to it all and we would really appreciate it because it's in our bios for all of our social media platforms. But like we said, like if those people who are like, I've been wanting to act or I've been wanting to show my sound abilities, that's one thing is it doesn't have to just be in front of the screen. If you want to partake behind the screen as well, like we're always open to those. But yeah, biggest thing is like, share, subscribe, follow the social media pages and really word of mouth. Those are big ways that you can really support us.
Yeah. And watch our stuff. Watch our stuff and share it with your friends. And
Mhm.
yeah, definitely go to YouTube and check it out and check out our TikTok as well and other social media platforms. But yeah, definitely support that way. And yeah, we'll definitely love to have you as a viewer.
Listen, shout out to the actors and the actors on your show. I enjoyed the show when I watched it, and I again can't wait for anybody to tap into it, guys. Let's support follow on their socials. We'll have all the links in the show notes. And also, just if you have suggestions like they have mentioned, they are open. And I love that they're still growing. We are a community that supports one another. And I just can't wait for what you guys continue to showcase to the world. I'm really, really honored to have you. Um, any last words to our audience?
We just want to say one, thank you to the audience. We also want to say thank you, Nancy, for having us on your wonderful podcast.
Thank
You've
you.
been doing a wonderful job. Even hearing your story throughout this interview is just really inspiring to myself. And I know Dre feels the same way. Just seeing where you are and hearing how you started is definitely motivation. And like, we are thankful for being on here and you are doing a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you for having us on this platform, and thank you for all that you do as well. And then thank you to everyone that supports us. So all of our supporters, family, friends, everyone that's watched our show. We really appreciate you guys, and we can't wait to create more for you guys to watch. So
Absolutely.
Guys, it's been an honor to have you on, and I'm so excited. I look forward to the future because of you guys, and what you're about to create is just, amazing, amazing. I love it.